Don't teach your children that you have to be twice as good as a white. That's an awful thing to teach a child. That's like saying because you're black, white America has a right to change your dollar for 94 cents. But we used to get 50 cents, and before that we used to get nothing. Young folks have to say, we don't want more change for $1. Excuse me, we want a full dollar's change for $1, or this cash register will never ring again.
Yes.
I would also like for young blacks to understand that about 83% of all employment happen with small businesses. And excuse me, if you don't have a small business, then you have nobody to work for you. And I would say to young blacks, get into entrepreneurship. We will never catch up with white America till we get into business, because there's a thing called tax write-offs. Tax write-offs.
All right, James back was here. What's up, guys? How you doing? How you been? You probably doing some Amazon relay, because there you go again. It's a whole wide world now. Anyway, before I get what you call that, the lyrics and all that. Anyway, how y'all doing? Back to Amazon relay still. I ain't posted in a while because Amazon. They've been playing. So I just want to kind of walk you guys through kind of a step-by-step as to how when you arrive at the Amazon location, what you should expect. So, of course, before you get to the location, when you start your truck, you are supposed to go into Amazon Relay app and start work. There's a button called Start Work. I believe I did a screen grab of that I can insert here. Okay, what you guys are looking here is what I was just talking about. I'm going to go ahead and press Start Work on the Amazon Relay app, and then I'm going to look at the schedule of my drops. They include your pickup as one of your drops. So as you can see, one of the beginning was my first drop. So I'm just showing you what I did. You got to start work, and then it asks you what could they do to improve. You can take time to do that, but I typically do not. So there's it is. Okay, so you guys just seen the screen grab. And so after you press the start work, as you see, it gives you the option to start route, meaning go to your first stop. And your first stop is the Amazon location. So you go to the Amazon location, and another kind of part of the app pops up, and I'll show you that here. Okay, so looking at this portion of the app, basically you have a QR code that can be scanned by the security or Amazon people, employees, or they can like check you in virtually through their computers by using your last 3 or the last 4 of your check-in page. You can see at the top of the check-in, you know what I'm talking about. Check-in is this, they want the last 3 or the 4 of the load ID on your check-in page. So checking that out, they check you in, they let you know what dock to go to. You go ahead and you start, driving towards your dock. I think I have some footage of driving to a dock, and what it looks like and everything. You find your dock, you pull up, you back into your dock. Make sure that the light again is flashing green and not flashing red. All right, y'all. So when I was talking about your light being when you see the blinking green light, that's what you want to back up to. It's flashing green, letting you know it's okay to come and hook up to that dock. If it's flashing red, that's letting you know that the hook is up and that there's no possible way for you to hook up without like basically breaking the mechanism that is down there to secure trailers and or box trucks that have the little bar at the bottom. And looks like that. And if it's not like that, you won't be able to pull all the way in because it'll hit the back of your truck right there. Okay, so teachable moment. Do not back up when you see either this or this. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on, guys. All right, James backwards, and I'm out. Saying what's up to a box truck driver. So you get in there, then you get out your truck, with your vest on, with your ID badge on around your neck or around your body somewhere on your person. I think the mask mandate has been lifted. That's what I've been told at certain locations. All locations have not said that, but if not, wear your mask and also bring your phone, because your phone is going to be used as a scanner to scan your packages. You go into the Amazon location. There is a driver's entrance. Look for that driver's entrance. Go to that Amazon location. I think I have a video of what a driver's entrance looks like, but they have a sign that says driver's entrance. So you go in the driver's entrance, and then you end up after you go through the driver's entrance, basically after you go through the driver's entrance, basically you check in at the check-in station. It's a check-in table, like right on the inside of there. Excuse me. I gotta put that somewhere. It's basically a check-in right there on the inside of the door. Looks like a wooden table typically, but I've seen at Amazon's. I think it's probably kind of how it is across the board. You check in with them. You either give them your load ID, your dock door. Typically, they take your load ID if you've never been to the location and they don't know you. So they'll ask for the load ID. Otherwise, if they do know you, they'll ask you for your dock door. And basically, the information what they'll do is they'll check you in on their end. Even after you've already checked in on your phone, they'll check you in on their end. And then after they check you in on their end, basically what happens is, after they check you, crazy drivers. Basically what happens is after they check you in on their end, they should be able to tell you how many scans that you have. They don't give you pallets just because typically they don't know, because maybe they weren't the ones who put your pallets together for your pod. They also should give you the pod number. The pod numbers are all on the ground. They're in front of your pallets lined up. And hopefully, if all is well and they know what they're doing, they gave you a pod that is near the dock door that you were assigned. Sometimes that doesn't happen, so you have to go from one pod, from your pod all the way to your dock door, and it's a little frustrating, but just push through it. So after they give you the amount of scans, you go ahead and go to your dock door. I mean, I guess everybody kind of does this a little differently, but what I do is I go to my dock door, I get my dock door set up. I hope, you know, I do all the finagling I need to do to, you know, to get the ramp out, the lift out, you know, put on my truck. I get my pallet jack out. I get my truck set up, and then I go and look for my pallets with my pallet jack. So after I locate my pallets, I check to see, you know, what the condition of the pallets are. Are they leaning? Do they need to be redone? You know, stuff like that. This is the reason why you get to Amazon an hour early, because there's things that need to happen in order to transport this freight safely, to make your job as easy as possible when you are, you know, doing your thing. And so what you want to do, you know, just examine the pallets, make sure they're not leaning, make sure that they're wrapped correctly, make sure that they all the heavy stuff is not on the top of the pallet, because you're going to have problems when you have all the heavy stuff on top of the pallet. I missed a step. When you're setting up your truck, back up a little bit. When you're setting up your truck, you also want to scan the door. What does that mean? So some doors have barcodes, like, you know, UPC codes, like they have at grocery stores on items. Some doors have barcodes, and the barcodes work. Other doors don't have barcodes; they have QR codes that are in like a little plastic laminated piece of paper. And what you do is you locate one or both, or it should be one or the other, and you scan it in. The reason why you're doing that is because you're letting the system know that where you're loading your pallets at. You know, what dock door you're at. From my experience though, you don't have to do this step. That's kind of why I skipped it. But I think it's just good, just, you know, to make sure that everything is on the up and up. I do it now consistently because it's part of my process. But when I first started out, I didn't do it. I didn't scan it. Maybe I did it maybe like once, and then you know, nobody said anything to me. I just started kind of doing it because I found out that that's what you're supposed to do. So anyway, scan the dock door, locate your pallets, assess your pallets for damage, need to be wrapped, whatever, and then and then you can go ahead and look at your schedule of drops. And what you want to do is you want to put your first drop last and your last drop first. Okay? Now, I hope that's not confusing. And the reason why you want to do that, because obviously the first drop, you want it to be on the outside. You want it to be near the door, so that when you get to the first drop, your first drop is right there where you need it to be. So yeah, you load everything up. After you load everything up, you know, you basically, you know, want to before you secure your stuff, unless you know for sure that that's all your pallets, you don't need any more, you're packed to the brim, whatever. Don't secure the pallets yet, just because you don't know if you're gonna have any more. So what you do is you just go and check in with the I forget what they call them. There's some kind of specialist. You check in with the specialists that are near the dock door, and they're set up with like a computer, a laptop, and it's on like wheels that move around. They're either standing up or they're either sitting down. And you check in with those specialists, and they basically are supposed to make sure that you have all the pallets that you're supposed to have. So what happens is they basically look for their amount of scans that you scanned in with your with your phone. And if your amount of scans add up to what it adds up in the computer, you're good to go, and they'll let you go. If not, they're gonna have you either wait because the pallet is still being finished, or it's a whole lot of other things that could be happening with that. So let's just go with everything is good. So everything is good. You have all your pallets. You go back to your truck. You go ahead and secure. You go ahead and put your pallet jack in. Hopefully you have a pallet stopper I'm talking to a lot of drivers, and a lot of drivers are not having the pallet stopper, and they're either trying to strap it down with your E-track straps. They're just putting it in there, turning the wheel, so it rolls back and forth sideways. They're just doing some other stuff that's not really safe. It's not safe. It doesn't secure your pallet jack. It's not good. If that truck is not yours, or the truck is yours, that pallet jack can roll into that door and cause major damage. At really high speeds, it might be able to bust through your door. So so just secure your pallet jack with the what I would do is with a pallet stopper. You could go on Amazon, look it up. I have an orange one from Amazon. I could go ahead and put the link in the description. So you guys can find that real easy. So this video is gonna be a little long just because I want to go through specifics on what to do when you get there, and then I'll go through an instructional on how to open the door, and why you have to open the door, certain parts, whatever. So anyway, secure your pallet jack, secure your freight with two straps at the end. And or you can secure your freight after every stop. What do I mean? So if let's say you have 2 different stops and you have 12 pallets. So what you want to do is, and let's say you have 6 pallets per stop. So after the first 6 pallets, you go ahead and put your straps down to secure those pallets. Now you can do that just to separate so that you don't confuse anything, and you can just unload and drop at the dock and keep going, or you can do it just for security measures. If the pallets are not like super heavy, I mean, you don't have to put the pallets or 14 pallets, if you know what you're doing, on just 2 straps at the back of your truck, because they will loosen. Your pallets will move and eventually fall over or damage the inside of your box. So securing your pallets is a very important thing to learn how to do. It's not hard. Hopefully inside of your box truck you have at minimum 2 rows of E-tracks. I would prefer 3 now that I'm doing it. People were saying that you should only have 2, but I think 3 is good, just because the third one is for taller pallets. Even though, let me just throw this out there, even though Amazon is not supposed to give you a pallet over 77 inches tall. They are not supposed to, let me repeat that. Amazon is not supposed to give you a pallet over 77 inches tall. Okay, does it happen? Yes, it does. But if you don't know the rules and you don't care or whatever, they'll give it to you. They'll give you pallets like, 87 inches tall. And then you got to try to figure out, and hopefully you have a box that's tall enough at the door. Now, my door is 96 inches, okay? Know your door clearance. You need to know your door clearance. And you also need to know the width of your box. It's very important. These things are very important for you to know off the top, especially when you call in dispatchers. Anyway, I digress. Where was I at? So you go ahead and secure the freight, as many straps as you can. It's nothing wrong with over securing freight. It's never nothing wrong with over securing freight. If when in doubt, secure more. Because trust me, you'll be a happier camper if you over secure as opposed to under secure. So you go ahead, secure your freight, close your door, get the ramp back into its original state, where the lip is flapped down and it goes back down. It's not touching your vehicle. Close the gate. Unhook the hook if it's hooked. Sometimes it's not hooked. Make sure it's unhooked though, because if it's not unhooked, you're gonna try to drive away from that from that dock door, and you will not be able to go nowhere because that hook got your truck. if you have that capability. If not, don't, you know, just unhook it, because there's another driver that's coming behind you and they're gonna possibly need it. So make sure it's unhooked. Make sure you have the green light on the outside. Don't go out. Don't slide out the side of your box and do anything. That's like a no-no with Amazon, and they will, like, you know, suspend you from that facility for doing stuff like that. It's unsafe, and, you know, they don't like it and whatever. So yeah, don't do that. I've done it. So learn from me. What else? So after that, you've already checked out with the specialist, close everything, lock everything up, go into your truck. You know what I'm saying? Go to your truck. Make sure on the app that you select done. After you select done, it's going to ask you, did you check out with the specialist? You're going to say yes, because you did. And then after that, I think I have that recorded too. In the event that I do have it, I'm going to put it here. Okay, guys, what you're looking at here is this is how the screen looks before you, as you're scanning pallets. The top is the camera and the bottom is the pallets that have been scanned. This is kind of a breakdown as to what the pallet, overview of how many pallets you've scanned. The next page will be what you'll see after you press done with scanning, and it says review with logistics specialist. Have you checked out with Amazon's associate? You can click yes and press checkout. Then you see a QR code. That QR code is just asking you, are you done with this load? Can you continue? You go to the bottom and press start. And then there it is. And then you start work. I usually copy and paste and take it to the GPS. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna do a little voiceover, or I'm gonna just put it under this. So go ahead and click yes that you've talked to a specialist. It's gonna say tap, to basically check out. You click to check out. There's 3 different taps. You go click the checkout, you checked out, and then after you check out, then it's going to ask you to navigate. You're going to navigate to your first stop, or your only stop, depending on how many stops you have. Your first stop from your Amazon location is always stop number 2. The first stop is the Amazon location. The second stop is your first delivery. And so you just, navigate from there to there. There's something called a zero load. I've never heard anyone talk about this on YouTube. So I want to go ahead and give you guys this information. The zero stop is basically when you have 0 pallets for that stop. So like, let's say you have multiple stops, and when you picked up your pallets, the specialist told you there's no stops for that pallet. I mean, there's no pallets for that stop, excuse me. So there's a number of different ways you can handle this. This is a really long video, but I have to get this out. Well, I'll just tell you the way that Amazon wants you to handle it. If you want to know how I handle it, you can go ahead and email me at 1098trucking@gmail.com. 1098trucking@gmail.com, and I can give you that sauce, man. I'm not gonna put it here on YouTube what I do, just because I'm not. But basically, what Amazon wants you to do is they want you to navigate to that location, even though you have no pallets. And as soon as you get to the location, press begin, which begin basically means you're going to start scanning pallets out of your truck. And then after you press begin, obviously you don't have any pallets for that location. So you go press begin, then you're going to press done, and then you go continue on to the next location. Yeah. So for people who have just realized what I just said, you just wasted fuel. That's how I look at it. You wasted fuel because you had nothing to drop off. So anyway, again, if you want to know what I do, email me and I'll let you know what I do. What else? Okay, so then after you're done with your last location, it's going to ask you, do you want to check out of this last location? You check out and you are done. You are now complete and you can deadhead back to your domicile or deadhead to your next pickup, and you can have a great day. Okay? So yeah, if you have any questions about what I just talked about, kind of, you know, I have some visuals that, you know, that I added in here. Let me know if you have any questions about those, the visuals, the screen grabs I put in. Let me know if you have any questions about what I just said. I'm not going to answer any of the questions I just told you to email me about on the comments. I'm not going to do that. I will answer it in an email. If you email me, I'll answer the question. I'm not going to answer it in the comments. Just want to let y'all know that. So yeah, change backwards. Day in the life of Amazon, step by step, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all got informed. My point is to give information, share life, love, enjoy life, man. Enjoy yourself, love each other, love everybody else, man. Let's go. Change backwards. I'm out.